Video guys. So I know I haven't posted in a while, so today we'll just do 2 recaps just to make up for it. Let's just start and I'll show you guys Tuesday. So this one was such a nice trade. So we'll actually take you guys onto the daily time frame. Now on the daily, if we're having a look here, so we're actually trading within this monthly and weekly BISI right here. Now using the aligned time frames and to try to confirm the reversal, what I'm looking for is a daily change in state delivery, okay? Because we have a monthly BISI, monthly fair value gap. We're looking for a daily change in state delivery level to confirm the reversal high, okay? So we can see this is our last down close candles, okay, before we traded higher, and you can see, I mean, there's a huge gap right here, but this is essentially a down close candle right here. This gap here, price closed here, okay, and then we opened here. So this counts as obviously the low. I'm not going to count this as the daily change in state delivery, okay? It's going to be definitely up here. And you can see that we actually inversed it, okay? And then we traded into this daily gap. Now look at the reaction that we had off of this daily SIBI, okay? So now in this case, this is our IRL. Now if we go on the 4-hour, okay, we've got this IRL, okay, daily IRL. Now we're looking for price to trade into ERL, okay? So this is our IRL and this is our swing low right here, okay? So I'm looking for price to draw into this low and then before we trade back higher, okay? And now also using the weekly profiling, we can see that Monday was more of a consolidation day. Now we have Tuesday. If this was supposed to be another bullish week, so you can see last week and the week before was quite bullish. Now if this is to be another continuation higher, I'm looking for Tuesday or potentially Wednesday because we have FOMC to put in the low of week and then trade higher from there, okay? So you can see right here, after hitting that daily SIBI, okay, we draw into this low, okay? That was my drawn liquidity. Now we'll go into the 1 hour. And again, yeah, you can see more clearer. We did have a daily gap right here, but it's not showing on the 1 hour for some reason. But here, another kind of intra-model trade is again here. We got this change in state delivery level right here, okay? And then price created this gap and we traded right into that on Monday, okay? And then we got our reversal signatures down there. And then we're trading into these ERL targets. So this is again IRL to ERL, okay? Now it's a good trade because we got also, of this price leg, we are in premium, okay? So this is a premium discount, premium IRL, okay? And then we're trading into obviously discounted ERLs right here, okay? Even in here, this is obviously still a discount. Premium, this is a premium and these are discounts, okay? So now this was our drawn liquidity for Tuesday. And now into the actual trade, I can show you guys now. Now I'll show you guys this missed entry that I didn't take. If we go onto the charts right now, this is what Tuesday's lining up to be, okay? So Tuesday, obviously we're looking at this is Asia session right here, kind of moving a bit lower, and then same as London. So if I put on these session times right here, you can see Asia, London. Okay, now London, what did London do? Did not manipulate above midnight open. So this is our midnight opening price. You can see MOP. Absolutely no manipulation. So if we're looking for price to do this, look at this. If we're looking for price to do an open, low, high, close, so open, low, high, close, okay? We're looking for price to put in that manipulation lower, okay? So this is the wick on the daily time frame, and this is the wick as well on the daily time frame. Now you can see on here, where's our wick? So this is the midnight opening price. This is where, this is the true day open. Absolutely no wicks. Look at this. What does this do? Those wicks don't count. So no manipulation above the daily open, okay? Now I'm expecting since price hits our key area, we trade back higher into that and then actually form the high wick of the day. So you can see this is my drawn liquidity and you can see also London highs matches kind of with that little key area. So this is my drawn liquidity intraday once we've hit our sell side, okay? Now going into the actual trade that I missed, I'll show you guys right here. So essentially what I was looking for price to do here is sweep this low before we started getting higher into that midnight opening price and London highs, okay? So I wanted to trade short into this level, okay? This was the only area that I was actually confident in. I wanted to see price actually tap the sell side. We could have potentially gone lower into that, okay? We don't know. But that was my drawn liquidity coming into New York, okay? Now, we kind of did, price kind of did a double Judas right here. As you can see, price as soon as 9:30 open, which is this bullish candle right here, we traded higher, swept this low resistance up here, okay? And we traded lower into this key area and then traded back higher, okay? So those are when the best type of trades are lined up, is when we got price actually, let me show you. So when price goes higher, then lower, then back higher. You can see it's the best trade when we actually sweep a bit of liquidity here, okay, and then sweep more liquidity here. So this is a double Judas. So this is our Judas swing right here, and then we sweep back lower. So this is, we're getting all these orders up here. So people that have their stop losses right here, we're sweeping that, okay, and then we come back lower, sweeping this low and this low here. So this gives it the price more fuel to, look at this, move higher, okay. We've got more orders to push the price higher. So that's what I liked. I wanted to see that happen. So we can see at 9:30 we traded higher, temporarily manipulated higher, whatever you want to call it, and then we traded lower, okay. Now the actual trade that I missed, which I'll show you exactly, was in here, okay. Now you can see this SIBI that was formed right here. So as soon as price came here, which I thought would have, I wanted to see a change of state delivery pretty much out of this level, okay. So until 9:39, we made this high, and then we got the change of state delivery, the change of the state delivery level right here, okay. We traded lower, and then we formed a SIBI. Now I put my sell limit right here at this gap, and you can see we didn't tap it, and then we traded all the way into the sell side level, okay. This is the trade I wanted to take. Now I'll show you guys on the trade if you guys don't believe me. Right here, I was journaling this live, and you can see the SIBI right here. I had a sell limit in the gap, never tapped into it, so I never got the trade. But I'm perfectly fine, so I'm not going to FOMO enter right here at the end of the trade just so I can be right. So I was waiting patiently for another trade to happen. So once we took the sell side, now we're looking for price to trade higher, okay. Now you can see this is my next trade. So that key 1 hour and 4 hour sell side level that I was telling you about, so we swept we tapped into that daily SIBI at the top there, and we traded into ERL, okay. So that completes our IRL to ERL move. Now we're looking for price to trade from ERL back into IRL, okay. So if we go on the 1 hour, what do we have here? So we have our ERL tapped here. Now we can trade into potentially a premium IRL, okay. So we got this price leg. We just want to see price trade into premium right here, okay. Now we have obviously the midnight opening and London highs up here that I can tell you about, and also have this 1 hour gap up here, okay. So that's just giving price direction, but overall I am bullish for the rest of the week. So I'll show you guys the trades I took then. Why not? So, and as you can see, look at how price respected this sell side, okay. So this is our 4 hour sell side liquidity, and you can see, look how price is respecting this even on the 3 minute time frame. Look at this, these candles, the candle bodies actually is respecting this level, okay. And then we also get SMT with ES. So this low right here is swept on NQ, and ES didn't. And another thing to also note, by the way, is we got also this -4, -4.5 standard deviation line up with this level, and look how price tapped it, and we traded away from it. So I mean, ICT is so precise, guys. That's why I just absolutely love these concepts. But you can see, yeah, at this low, look how we have we hold this right when we have SMT, okay. So I'm expecting this to be low of week, low of session, low of day. That's how you know it's going to be a good trade, is when all the time frames are aligned. So you can see this is definitely going to be low of session, and because there's no manipulation above midnight opening price. The midnight opening price, there's no manipulation above that, okay. So that lines up with the session. I'm looking for a bullish New York session. The daily time frame is bullish too, as I just said, okay. So this is low of day, and then low of week. I'm expecting Tuesday to put in that low of week too, with FOMC potentially pushing price higher, okay. Now with this low being put in, let's go into the actual trade, and I'll show you guys my executions and everything like that too. So this is our 950 macro. This is another time-based model, and in the macros gives me perfect entries most of the time. So you can see here the sell side level tapped, SMT, and we also have this lower time frame SMT right here, okay. And then if we just mark out our standard deviation, so this is our last manipulation leg before we trade higher, you can see where our standard deviation lines up. So 4 to 4.5 lines up with the London highs, okay. Again, very nice draw. So right here, we can see we trade lower here, respecting these lows right here, and we trade higher, okay. Now my entry was, after we got this change of state delivery, I wanted to see these two inverse fair value gaps get inversed, or these fair value gaps get inversed to become inversed. Now you can see we traded higher and here, and then because we got that change of state delivery, I wanted to see a trade entry, but I wanted to see these get inversed first, and then we traded up here. I know I did take the entry here. I didn't expect it to close all the way low here, but this looked good for me. So I just took the trade here, stops to the low, and then we traded higher from there, okay? And then obviously on the 5 minute, 3 minute, and things like that, we have these inverse fair value gaps, and I'm looking for price to trade through that and then get the change state on the 5 minute, okay, which we did. Okay, now on the 5 minute, you can see we sweep these equal lows, so you can see price was just creating liquidity right here. So these equal highs, we trade through that, and also this buy side, and then we trade into London highs. So that was the trade. But more on the 1 minute, we can see I actually took 2 entries. So this is not 2 different trades. I just added and scaled into the trade. Okay, so right here, we took that entry right there, like I said. And then right here, this breaker block. So we started to trade higher. And then as soon as price came in and tapped this breaker right here, I took the trade as another scaled in entry. And you can see this is my entry up here. It's a bit higher. Look, this could have been a way better entry if it actually came through here. Oh, look at the risk to reward. From being a 2 risk to reward to 4. So I could have halved my risk there essentially. But I did see the breaker hold price here. And we traded high and I entered more contracts, okay? And I'll show you guys here the executions and everything as well. So this was the actual trade that I took. So the before trade into that sell side level, I didn't take the trade, it was a missed entry. But then right here, you can see trade number 1, and it was a long. Right here is the executions. So you see I'm not lying. Okay, perfect. So you can see that entry and then the other entry, okay? And we started to trade higher into this. These are our low-hanging fruit objectives, these equal highs in this buy side. And I took 2 off there and left 4 contracts running into London highs. Now, if I just go through, you can see price started to expand. And after expansion, what do we typically get? Consolidation. So you can see price was just in that consolidation phase. And I wanted to see time of day also put in that new high, that new high of the session, which was, 10:30. Put that high, okay? And then essentially we're going higher, respecting the bullish order flow. We create this order block, we trade higher, okay, closing above it. This is our order block, retest it, trade higher, retest it, trade higher, form another order block. And then from here, this is where I trailed my stop loss quite aggressively, just because I knew the draw would be London highs, but just because I had to go to bed because it was getting quite late for me. I know it was a bit stupid, but I put my sell stops right here, and then actually got stopped out. Yeah, you can see we got stopped out eventually there. 11 is another key time that I wanted to see price put in that new high, but we didn't get it. But yeah, London high was definitely the draw, and you can see after a bunch of all this mess, we actually come higher, okay, and then we eventually just will push right into that London high. So that was definitely the draw, and like I said, also the midnight opening price, you can see that was also a draw because we had no manipulation above there. So that was the trade. It was quite an awesome trade. Let me know in the comments if you guys also caught that trade. I'd be curious to know if you guys caught that long, or you guys were thinking more of a short bearish day. But yeah, guys, that was the overall trade. Yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Have a good rest of your week.